This is a short explanation about how search listings on the internet work. It can be a complicated subject, made more so by the many untruths being told. Google is a multi-billion-dollar company. It does not exist to help anyone for free. Also, Google is devious and sneaky. They've been prosecuted 3 times so far by the EU and fined a total of €8 billion. Many companies are paying Google tens of thousands of pounds a year to get their listing on page 1 or 2. This policy favours the big companies. So how do we compete on your behalf and get the same results so cheaply? There are about 15 search results on each page, of which half are pay-per-click advertisements. On page 1 there's also a drop-down box which might contain anything up to another 40 companies, all paying Google to appear in the box. This is how Google squeezes more money from its customers. In truth, this can leave us as few as 7 spaces, but just because they are not obviously paid for placings does not mean they're genuine search results. So, if geographic location and trade, for example builders in Manchester, is in demand, page 1 may largely be blocked off for paid for advertising. So what's the alternative to paying Google £3,000, £10,000, £20,000 a year for a good listing? Well, in order for Google to make all this money from paid advertising, it has to show the world that it really does produce accurate search results. If the public believed it only showed results for companies that paid the most money, no one would trust it. So Google has to provide another way if it's to keep the confidence of the general public. And this then is our way in. Because if we build websites for our clients that activate Google's search robots, then our clients' sites show up in the search results. And Google sets out a list of criteria to achieve this. The site must be relevant to the chosen topic, they say. It must be expert on the subject. It must contain hard information, not just general comments like "welcome to our site, we are the best local builder," because that will achieve nothing. Next, the site should be updated regularly so it always contains new information and the latest news. Then, because Google likes pictures, the site should contain lots of pictures because people don't like to read anymore, and Google promotes sites with the most pictures. Finally, say the guys at Google, the site should stick around. Google's not interested in here today and gone tomorrow websites. So, let me give you a real world example. In many cases we get our clients onto page 1 of Google, but sometimes the competition is intense and there is only so much space on page 1 and page 2. In this example, roofers in the Leeds Bradford area, the market is saturated. There are over 300 roofers, all vying for position, and the list runs to 16 pages. Many of these companies have been advertising on Google for many years. So how do we shoehorn a new entrant into this crowded market? Well, first of all, it takes time and effort and patience. This is why we pitch our prices so very low, because to get you ahead of all your competitors, we have to do a lot of work over a lengthy period, and so the ongoing process has to be affordable for you and get you the results you want as we go along. But the good news is, once you're at the top, we keep you there for the lifetime of your business. One other point worth mentioning at this stage, Google is not the only search provider, though they're the most famous. Bing is a search provider owned by Microsoft, and Bing is included as standard with every computer that is sold with the Microsoft operating system. So that's millions and millions. Many people are searching via Bing without realizing it. So Bing is worth cultivating alongside Google. Here is a spreadsheet showing how we monitor the progress of a new website. This site has been live for just 4 months. It takes Google at least a month to register and log it, so there's no point in firing off all our ammunition too soon. You can see here a search graph issued to us by Google showing how the number of searches starts to increase over time. So here is our dilemma. A market already full, well-entrenched companies paying out tens of thousands in advertising, a new entrant, no money for a big advertising campaign, but the client wants to be on the Google search shortlist for roofers in Leeds. We have to sneak up on this problem. It's like building a wall, we have to do it brick by brick. The spreadsheet shows the results after 4 months. Getting a top result for roofers in Leeds is not going to happen immediately because 300 other companies are already there on Google. Besides which, this is a very generalised phrase. Roofers in Leeds does not reflect the question that his potential customers will ask Google. If they want their flat roof repaired, they will search for flat roof repairs or repair my felt roof. Also, potential roofing customers who are going to shell out hundreds or thousands of pounds for roof repairs do not simply choose the first company they see. And if they think that the company is on the top spot because it's been bribed, it has bribed Google to be there, then they are likely to look at other companies on the shortlist. Customers will contact a few companies, not just those on page 1, in order to judge the most reliable roofer and to get the best quote. This spreadsheet analysis shows we are already getting good results for the search term flat roofs, felt roofs, pitched roofs, tiled roofs, roof repairs. The page 1 Google result for pitched roof repairs Leeds means we've already jumped ahead of over 300 other roofers in the area in a couple of months, and many of these companies have been on Google for years. On Bing, the search term roof repairs Leeds is already on page 4. The video we posted for the client on YouTube is on page 1 Google and page 4 Bing for the search term Leeds felt flat roofing. The same video is on page 1 Bing for felt flat roof repairs Leeds, and the website itself is listed on page 3 of Bing. The aggregate of all these different search terms means the client is already appearing in all kinds of searches and getting inquiries for the kind of work they do, in other words pitched and flat roof repairs, and as time goes by and we do more work, the results will get better. He will rise to the top of the search listings for an ever wider range of search terms. So you can see promoting your company on the internet is not like the old days, placing an ad in yellow pages. The internet search results are an endless changing auction of places and positions. So-called SEO, search engine optimization, is something of a dark art, and most companies charge a lot of money. It's difficult getting a straight answer to the question, how much will it cost to get me to the top of Google? So here are some observations from the UK website Search Engine Land. He states that the very cheapest optimization projects cost between £50 and £300 per month, and the mid-range price is £300 to £500 per month. Here are 2 American websites that actually do nail their colours to the mast and quote prices. WebpageFX.com quotes $750 to $3,000 per month, or between $5,000 and $30,000 for the whole project. RankPay.com quotes $1,000 to $3,000 per month, or $1,000 to $5,000 per project, or $75 to $150 per hour. So you can see we do a pretty good job for just £28 per month, and we throw in a free website worth another £1,000. Right, so we're having a bit of a sales drive at the moment to get our client list up to 100 clients. That will be our ceiling if we're able to handle the SEO work. We're keeping the number small so we can do all the necessary work for the clients that we get. And there's one more incentive to encourage you to join now. We will lock in the price for 5 years. In other words, guaranteed no price rises if you join our club in the next month. And of course, if you're not entirely happy, you can leave at any time. There's no contract, no tie-in, no catches. So, as the Americans say, this offer is a no-brainer.